Hello everyone. Jesus. Oh boy, I've started the stream pretty late, didn't I? Welcome to Jesus. Welcome to reacting to the Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire episode 5 with subs. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing this. I barely made it in the nick of time. We have 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes left until this goes live. Damn. Oh boy. Three minutes and 44 seconds. Alright. We have 3 minutes left. Let me just... Alright, there we go. 2 minutes left, boys. Damn, even the chat hasn't built up yet. 2 minutes and 46 seconds until we go live. Oh boy. Two minutes and 12 seconds, fellas. Oh boy, 2 minutes. Damn. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Oh boy. 1 minute and 30 seconds left, fellas. I think I'll turn off the music once we reach 1 minute. Oh boy, I should have started the stream like, 20 minutes earlier. I was rushing to do something. Damn. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, I'm gonna remove this and increase volume in this. 1 minute left, exactly 1 minute left. Oh baby. 50 seconds. Oh my god. Hello there, Eric. Welcome. Thanks for the donation, my dude. Welcome, welcome. You came on just on time. Like seriously, just on time. 30 seconds left. Oh boy. Oh boy. 15. Come on, 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Let's go. Night City Wire episode 5. Fun fact, today was supposed to be the day the game releases.
Every day digging the grave, step in the pit with the stakes, city of dreams, city of...
episode 5.
Hello and welcome to Night City Wire episode
Hello,
5,
Makoto.
the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. Now we're going to start today's episode with a new trailer that will take a closer look at Johnny Silverhand, before we go behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves and have a chat to English adaptation director Boris, who will tell us exactly what it was like to work with him. Then we'll be exploring the original score and talking about some of the radio stations you might listen to while driving around Night City. Before we take a look at the Jolly technology, which is powering facial animation in Cyberpunk, and unveil a new My Reward scheme which anyone can take part in, no matter which platform you'll be playing Cyberpunk on. We'll then wrap up today's episode with a brand new gameplay trailer. It's a busy episode, and it will be our final episode of Night City Wire before the game launches on December 10th. So, let's get going.
December 10th, it's confirmed.
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking? Gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
You weren't dreaming, V. Those were memories. You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Who? Me and who, Vic?
Silverhand. Johnny Silverhand. Real talk of the town back in my day.
He died, like, forever ago.
You need to say there's an actual terrorist in my head. Right now.
He'd burn down half the city just to prove he was right. And burn the other half just for fun.
What do you want from me? Destroy Arasaka. I don't even know what that means. Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
He already tried to take over your body. You know, just for a little while.
Hear me, asshole? A bullet to the fucking brain. Get out! Just get the fuck out! Tell me how to get rid of it.
You don't have much time left.
You're a dick, you know? And you're a cunt. Maybe we'll fit together after all.
You can't see my face.
Sometimes we
right
like
now,
to share things with you, and other times we like to keep secrets, and it can be worth it for that big reveal.
Wow.
Pretty sure nobody was expecting to see Keanu Reeves on stage at E3 2019.
Yep.
So let's go behind the scenes to see how Keanu Reeves brought rocker boy Johnny Silverhand to life. You could say it's breathtaking.
Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand. I've had the opportunity to do voiceover a few times. I'd worked on a cartoon. I had done some documentaries. I'd never done this much. You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me. And I've processed some shit. Changed my mind. Don't want you dead anymore. You know, and got to play a character in so many kind of different ways because of different paths or threads or choices. So you almost get to play one moment, say you have a decision. Would you take a bullet for it? With 3 different behavioral attitudes. So that was fun. You know, Johnny's either a dick, or he's happy, or he's trying to convince. Know why? Because you've always been a fucking pussy, Carrie. So it's been fun, and that was kind of what I was interested in. You know, the different options that the game could play. You know, playing the same person, but with different versions of it. Motion capture, baby. Johnny Silverhand. So one of the first elements that I was involved in with the game was motion capture. I've done a fair bit of motion capture. I did it with in the Matrix films. So to start doing the motion capture for Johnny, it was all very familiar to me. The only difference, I think, technologically was how close they were going to real-time review. But creatively, it was very familiar in the sense of starting a library of gesture and the toolbox, let's say, for the animators to work with for the character.
I just don't know what to say right now.
So you
I'm
get to
truly
see
amazed.
Johnny as the rock star, you know, you hear about his military past, you know, and he's fighting for his survival. So he's kind of got all of these things leading into the moment of this guy. It's really a kind of an interpretation, because I think there's a Johnny Silverhand in all of us. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a good sense of humor, if not a little dark at times. He's very passionate. He cares. You know, he's kind of naive, but he's also super experienced in life. He's got certainly an appetite for life.
No, you're wrong.
He wants to change the
seems to
world.
be having fun a lot.
You know, he has a cause that he wants to fight against the corpocracy.
Come on. Don't tell me you're not interested.
He's kind of looking for a different kind of freedom.
Corps have long controlled our lives,
Oh
taken
my
lots,
god. Move guard.
and now they're after our souls.
At least I believed in something bigger.
At least I had a cause.
What CD Projekt Red has shared with me in the way that they talk about the game and what I've seen is that it's got a lot of freedom. There's so many different paths that you can play the game on. But it's not just quests of paths. It's like, who are you? How do you want to play the character?
If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it.
You can go into action, you can go into mystery, you can problem solve in different ways. And where you go in this world, there's so much detail, there's so many different things that you can go off into that are really interesting and fun. There's a real drama to the game and emotional stakes to it. And then there's lighter sides to it. And of course the music, production
fuck, was he
design,
naked?
technologically, how cutting edge it is. I don't think there'll be a game that looks like this. Yeah, it's intense.
I take the driver, you get his side.
Bye-bye.
Wow, dude. Just wow.
Before we get into what it was like to actually work with Keanu Reeves, was it always him that you imagined as Johnny Silverhand? Was there anybody else that you ever considered having for the role?
Yeah, Holly, it was a long, arduous, extended process to imagine what Johnny Silverhand is supposed to look like, what he's supposed to sound like, what he's supposed to act like. Everybody and their great-grandmother seemed to have an idea. And the process actually involved a lot of people. The game director, character artists, writers, marketing staff. I could go on. You know, we cast a pretty broad net initially. We considered actors. We considered enlisting actual rock stars, you know, band frontmen to play the role. At one point, we even toyed with the idea of taking and reviving a recently deceased, longtime luminary of the recording industry. Now, some might say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could do that, technologically or otherwise. Well, I'll see you that pipe dream and raise you another, because one could easily say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could successfully pitch to and ultimately enlist Keanu Reeves to play the role.
Now, I'm sure this is on everybody's mind right now, but what was it actually like to work with Keanu Reeves? Because even he said in the video, this was like nothing he'd ever done before.
A question that I'm sure anybody who gets to work with Keanu has to answer, and I get where it comes from. Keanu is a consummate professional. When he's at work, he's at work. He's completely and utterly focused. To that work, he brings his talent, he brings his art, his technical skill, and overwhelming charm. And yes, the scale and the complexity were and are dazzling. Non-linearities, the variation in attitude, mood, emotion that are required to achieve them, they can be difficult to get your head around. And if you take all of Johnny Silverhand's bits, you know, his screen time, it's like doing the equivalent of many, many feature film roles put together. And we covered all that in a handful of mocap sessions and under 24 VO recording sessions of 4 to 6 hours each. And that took focus, it took control, it took dedication, all of which Keanu provided in heaps.
So tell us a little bit more about the character of Johnny Silverhand and why he's important to the story, but also why it's important to have him played by like such a powerful personality.
Okay, how do I do this without spoiling too much for gamers? In the broadest sense, I'd say Johnny Silverhand is a co-protagonist of the game rather than a sidekick. I mean, there are buddy bits in the game, but in the end, Johnny has an agenda and he pursues it, and V has an agenda and has to pursue that. And to get things done, V and Johnny have to work together. Some of the things they do are V's, and some of the things they do are Johnny's, and some of them are important to both of them. That bonds gamers, I think, to both characters. Both characters' agendas become equally important. Both characters' continued existence becomes equally important. For any gamer or viewer or reader, what you have to do is create that bond between them and the protagonist or protagonists. You have to make those characters understandable to them, likable to them, lovable to them. With that understanding, even when they do something not entirely admirable or say something reprehensible, you stay committed, you stay involved, you stay bonded to them. And there's no denying casting a powerful personality, somebody who exudes charm by the truckload, helps to further all that.
So Boris, can you tell us, like, what does Keanu bring to Johnny Silverhand?
What Keanu brings to Johnny Silverhand is nothing more and nothing less than Keanu. I could parse that into a string of adjectives, but I kind of think that would be borderline insulting because it wouldn't begin to do him justice. To anybody who's seen the applicable movies, Neo is Keanu, Keanu is Neo. John Wick is Keanu, Keanu is John Wick. John Constantine, Johnny Mnemonic, Jonathan Harker, Johnny Utah, they're all Keanu. And to anyone who will play Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand will be Keanu. To my mind, at least, star power is a fact and an important factor for broad sections of the audience out there.
So can you give us more information about the process of motion capture, right? Because we saw you in the video, doing some of it, but really, how does it work?
I wish I could, Holly, but I'm really no mocap expert, and I can basically tell you what the day looked like, what the process looked like to me. To me, it was a fine day in LA, and I put on a wonky-looking bodysuit with globules all over it, and I put on the head cam, and then we proceeded to block and then play out scenes between V and Johnny, and we did it over and over and over again. As we did that, I must have poked Johnny in the chest hundreds of times, and I must have yelled "fuck off" at Johnny 35 times, well, I never expected to be doing any of that. No, I never imagined I'd be doing any of that.
Well, Boris, thank you so much for joining us. Your voice in the studio is quite iconic. So whenever I talk to you, I feel like I'm in a trailer. It's amazing.
It's not all that. It's not all that, Holly. Thank you.
He is the narrator for the demos.
From Soviet-era synthesizers to body heat radio, it's time to explore the original score and just some of the radio stations you'll be listening to when you're driving around Night City.
I'm looking forward to Grimes, to be honest. I love her music. Grimes is Elon Musk's
the main
girlfriend.
vessel of emotions in both movies and video games, and Cyberpunk 2077 is no different.
It actually took us a long time to find the right color of the music.
Getting that sound together is almost as important as the actual look of the game itself, because the music is really helping you feel this emotional connection to the game.
Yep. Doom Eternal. The music, basically perfected the game. Finally, the original
So one of the
score.
main ideas was to take the cyberpunk genre out of the 80s and give it a 90s flair. We took elements from rave, IDM, industrial, and make them fit our narrative purposes.
We've decided that close to the 100% of our music would be purely electronic.
That's why we tried to stick to analog synths as much as possible, so it's got a warmth to it.
I'm super proud of the team we've managed to gather for this project.
For me, it was basically my own personal aesthetic matching the aesthetic of the game. When I read the brief, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I can be myself. I can make music, and it comes from an honest place.
I love the fact that the music in this game is so varied. So we have some tracks that are super dirty, super heavy, and then we have some tracks that are very beautiful and ambient. I'm using all kinds of different effects. So it's been great to be able to experiment with the sound and the style.
It's my first time actually doing any drum tracking for a video game. It's been really exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
It's all about making you feel like a perfect killing machine, because that's what you are basically.
Well, I can do that all day long, so you'll just have to tell me what you like and what you don't like.
Cool. Okay.
It's not going to sound like one thing, depending on what part of the city you're in.
We basically scored every quest pretty much with custom assets created specifically for that quest.
We ended up having over 7.5 hours of music in Cyberpunk.
Working on Cyberpunk has just been insane. I can seriously say that I've never worked with such a bunch of mad people in my life.
Isn't it kind of weird they developed this game for like 8 years?
The gear that we use comes out of boutique shops, or they are vintage synthesizers like this Polyvox.
I really hope all this effort put into creating this score pays off with satisfying and enjoyable listening and gaming experience.
Hey, come on, man, show Grimes.
Hello, Night City. What's shaking, Night City? Good morning, Night City. Your man, Stan here. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. And now, a shout out to all the lowlifes over at the Atlantis. Ladies and gents, here's that all-time classic in Night City.
I swallow all my drugs so the penis unplugs when the laws are
Soundtrack is one of the key elements we use to build believable world. We've invited artists from around the world, incredible talents, incredible musicians, to write and produce songs just for us for this project.
The soundtrack for Cyberpunk is insane. So the soundtrack being all the songs that they've got going on, whether it's on the radio or on the background, all these just amazing bands.
We've got over 150 custom genre-bending tracks, all waiting for you to discover them by yourselves.
You know, the reason I want to be a part of Cyberpunk is, well, basically I know The Witcher is super sick, and then I actually got to play a preview of the game, which was fucking incredible.
I've always wanted to do something connected to a video game, so I was pretty excited when this came in, and it was like an instant yes.
I was kind of imagining what it would be like being a character in that game. The person that's a musician in this world and this time has grew up in that space.
This isn't just some fun shit, there's also an intellectual and spiritual history to this world that's been constructed for you, you know?
We want to provide you with the soundtrack to fucking shit up. Like, how could you not want to be a part of that?
For those of you who can't wait to hear more from our composers, we're going to be releasing a special 6-track Cyberpunk 2077 EP featuring tracks from the game's original score onto streaming services for you to enjoy for free, and they'll be live at the end of this episode, so you can give them a listen later.
Oh, fuck yeah.
In addition, if you're planning on live streaming Cyberpunk, or if you just want to make videos, we want to introduce you to a new mode that will allow you to disable certain copyrighted tracks. We know that for content creators, licensed music can sometimes be problematic. So with this new mode, you'll be able to disable a small number of selected tracks which could cause some issues, replacing them with a different song, helping to avoid any problems.
That's actually really
If you're going to be
thoughtful.
live streaming from console, this will start automatically, but you can toggle it on and off in the options as needed. And for PC players, you'll be able to turn it on and off in the game options. Don't forget, as with
That's
all
really
episodes
thoughtful.
of Night City Wire, if you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now from Polish to Chinese. When Cyberpunk launches, it will have VO in 10 different languages. So we're going to take a closer look at the Jolly technology, which is ensuring each and every one is as authentic as possible.
So hi, my name is Sarah Watling. I
Hello.
am the CEO of Jolly Research in Toronto, Ontario. In this video, we're going to show you a little bit about Jolly the software and Jolly in action within the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
Maintenant, tu vas répondre à mes questions honnêtement, sans détour.
Rayfield's mine.
Скажи заплатить 2 раза, заплатишь 2 раза.
Jolly is a suite of tools and a suite of services that result in what we think is the coolest and best and highest quality facial performance on characters.
Oh, is that supposed to sound familiar?
It's automatically generated on a face based on audio dialogue, audio speech from a voice actor.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened. You're alive and well.
What Jolly tries to do is it tries to get to the root of what is being expressed in the vocal performance and put that on a 3D character.
That's Rogue. Best fixer in all of Night City.
There is just an incredible amount of performance in this game.
Sure.
A procedural solution allows you to animate over and over and over again at tremendous scale. Jolly is what powers every single character in the game of Cyberpunk 2077 in all of the languages that the game has been localized for.
Ahora escúchame. Este mierdas de Anthony Gilchrist. ¿Es tu contacto? Hat Infos zum Konvoi durchsickern lassen?
All you're doing is changing an attribute. For example, speech style. If you wanted your character to shout instead of mumble, instead of issuing a set of commands that redo the animation, instead you click an attribute going from, in this case, mumble to shout.
But you walk. You breathe, but you walk. You breathe, but you walk. You breathe.
If the lip sync is right, you don't notice. If the faces match and match the performance, you don't notice because you're too busy paying attention to how awesome the game is, how much you care about these characters, how much, what you're gonna do. And that's what we want. That to me is, that's the sizzle.
Don't you know you owe the sheriff a word when you pay his town a visit? To tell him what's brought you here. Maybe even over a cup of coffee.
Now we're excited to reveal digital and in-game rewards for Cyberpunk 2077. It's our way of saying thank you for your support. Now, every copy of the game comes with digital downloadable goodies such as the art book, the original score, and a digital comic, all from the Cyberpunk universe. But there's more. You can also claim in-game items for Cyberpunk 2077. For example, you could be rocking the Wolf School jacket for simply connecting the game to your GOG account. And if you have other CD Projekt Red games, such as The Witcher or Gwent, you can get even more. And it works both ways. If you connect the game to your GOG account, you can also unlock special in-game items for Gwent, the Witcher card game, such as the samurai-inspired card and coin back, and the breathtaking title. Now, this new My Reward program is for everybody. No matter which platform you're playing Cyberpunk on, you'll be able to get your digital goodies and in-game items. Now, this is just the beginning, and there'll be more items coming in the future, and we'll have more information on My Rewards soon. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon.
A lot of epic shit at once.
So before we take a look at that new gameplay trailer, we want to reveal that a number of games media from all over the world have been playing Cyberpunk 2077, and you'll be able to read their latest impressions when this episode of Night City Wire finishes, so you can go and check them out.
Wow.
So now, let's wrap up this episode and take a look at that brand new gameplay trailer.
I thought we already saw the trailer.
They got a lock on us. Engine's been hit.
What?
Get us out of here. I'm losing control.
Holy shit.
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, more complex, deeply engaging.
Come on, V. Let's get you home.
Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development, all to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
You ever feel like a city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
I want to play
The year
this game
is
so
2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a civilized future.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Oh, but it is.
But in the city's streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice. In Night City, I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
Is that
in this
dude named
world,
Takamura?
consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will carry you up Night City's ruthless, underground social ladder.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills, and reputation.
Dex had a load to say about you. I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn, you can turn yourself into a living weapon, buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds.
And my cyber dom.
As you roam the city's streets, you gain the experience you need to upgrade abilities and acquire perks. Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes. A stealthy netrunner with command of all surrounding tech. Or practically anyone in between.
What the? Oh yeah, we hacked it.
In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my head, right now?
He's out for revenge. Aims to bring down the megacorp that made the chip.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything to lay their hands on it.
Told you I'd end you someday.
Adam Smasher. Oh shit, that was...
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City is a matter of life and death. Sometimes it's about style, choosing your look, your ride, your pastime, who's at your side. Choosing how you spend your dirty money.
Yep, we have roller coasters in this game, by the way.
Welcome to the next generation of open-world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
This game, man. Can you believe we have like 20 days until we finally get this game? Unless a delay happens. Oh my god. What? Why did it pause? Is that it? Looks like it. Yeah, there will be multiple endings. Also, by the way, I don't think this is over. I remember seeing like a post, something saying that they'll have right after they finish the stream, they will have an interview with Paweł Sasko. Paweł Sasko is like he's one of the devs of the game, I'd say. Oh, they released all of this stuff, huh? Wow. I couldn't even like speak during the whole thing. One big reason is because the volume is too high. Other than that, I was just blown away. It's this game is like, you know, too good to be true. Like, holy fuck. How was this even a game? Like, damn. No interview? I was expecting the interview. I was pretty sure they said they would have an interview with Paweł Sasko. Well, I guess I'll stay in for like 10 minutes and then we'll see if they start the interview. The chat's still going wild. Ah, but damn. This is beyond impressive. Oh wow, this is Monica. Is this Monica? It is Monica. Nice. Back to the topic. Wow. Let's watch that again. Yeah. Wait, what?
They got a lock on us. Engine's been hit.
Get us out of here.
I'm losing control.
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, more complex, deeply engaging.
Come on, V. Let's get you home.
Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development.
Wait, let's look at this. Skin tone, hairstyle, skin type, hair color, eyes, eye color. We can be a K-pop star in here.
All to bring you into our vision of the dark future.
You ever feel like the city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a civilized future.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Oh, but it is.
But in the city's streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice.
This guy, I think his name is Takamura, and I think he's really important to the story. Mainly because I remember a few months ago they released like figurines of the game. They released the Johnny Silverhand figurine, Keanu Reeves one, and also a figurine for V. But they also released a figurine for this Japanese dude called Takamura. I don't know who he actually is. Might be this guy though. I wonder how important he would be to the story.
Night City. I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
In this world, consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will carry you up Night City's ruthless, underground social ladder.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills, and reputation.
Dex had a load to say about you. I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn, you can turn yourself into a living weapon, buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds. As you roam the city's streets, you gain the experience you need to upgrade abilities and acquire perks.
Let's look at this real quick. Rifles, handguns, blades. Damn.
Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes. A stealthy...
What the fuck was that? We were fighting robots? These are like bootleg Terminators.
A stealthy netrunner with command of all surrounding tech. Or practically anyone in between. In Cyberpunk 2077, you steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my
Spunky Monkey
head right now?
He's out for revenge. Aims to bring down the megacorp that made the chip.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything.
Fun fact, this woman might actually be like 75 or like 95 years old. I think she's like one of the daughters of, what's his name again? Saburo Arasaka, the founder of the Arasaka Mega Corporations. He's like 150 years old. And his daughter, like, I think this is his last daughter. She's like in her 70s or 90s.
To lay their hands on it.
Told you.
And this motherfucker. Adam Smasher. He's the one who allegedly killed Johnny Silverhand. He cut Johnny's body in half with the goddamn shotgun. He's one of our main enemies.
End you someday.
Wait a minute.
Told you I'd end you someday.
Oh, we are Johnny right now. He has the silver hand. So, I'm guessing, and this is kind of obvious at this point, we'll probably be playing through, like, a section of Johnny's life to see how he died, I guess. That'll be really interesting.
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night...
Oh yeah, fun fact. This colorful looking gun, this is like one of the... It's a gun made by like a gun company which sells the cheapest guns in Night City. It's like, how would you say this? Disposable guns. Once you use these guns, you can't reload them anymore. But they're so cheap that you can buy many. Like, let's say this gun is just like 50 cents. Fully loaded. But once you've run out of ammo, you're fucked. But it's cheap, so you can buy more.
Night City is a matter of life and death. Sometimes it's about...
Okay, let's look at the inventory. A lot of jackets. What's the obsession with jackets in this game? I want to wear a suit. A clean, thin suit. Okay, that just makes me a corporal.
Style, choosing your look, your ride, your pastime. Who's it? at your side?
No, not November.
Choosing how you spend your pastime. Who's at your side?
Damn that look.
Choosing how you spend your dirty money. Welcome to the next generation of open-world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
This game's gonna like change the gaming industry. If it succeeds, if Cyberpunk 2077 succeeds, it's gonna literally change the world of gaming. It's gonna set the bar so fucking high up. To the point where like other games, EA and stuff, they'll be forced to fucking make better games. Hey look, YouTube's recommending me my own stream. But damn. This game. Truly out of this fucking world. Also damn, Judy Alvarez. She's so... Control yourself. Dude, we have 20 days left. I have to finish Persona 5 in like 20 days. Oh boy. I guess I'll be playing Persona 5 longer to like try my best to finish the game. We have literally 20 days left. Fucking hell. Anyway, it seems that the interview wasn't... Wait a minute.
Yeah, they always.
I can't wait. I honestly
know they did it on purpose.
God damn it!
They mentioned like, or Hugh, you want a romance or whatever they said, and then it immediately cuts to like Judy Alvarez sitting next to you in bed, and you're like, you know what you did? You know what you did to the internet?
Yep.
CDP, you know what you did. Yeah.
The internet is already there. The memes have already started. Somebody's already in Photoshop.
That look she gave us, damn.
Somebody's in Photoshop right now.
They don't need to. I'm sure it's just already in the game.
True.
They don't need to do Photoshop. It's fine.
I was supposed to be watching this.
We did ask earlier people to pick their favorite Keanu Johnny, and surprisingly, the answer wasn't Johnny Silverhand. The Johnny that won was Johnny Wick, which is just an amazing choice. Just that's it.
Oh boy.
Great choice. Chef's kiss. Enough said.
All I'm gonna say is, for my birthday last year, rented a theater, invited all my friends, watched John Wick 3, came out on my birthday. Just saying, huge fan of Keanu. So this is
again, jealousy.
I had to. I was like, I'm doing this. Let's go. Okay. Speaking of Keanu, let's talk about the Johnny Silverhand trailer that we saw earlier.
So good.
I don't want to... It's hard to talk about Johnny Silverhand because it seems like it's all spoilers, especially when... Even when they were talking about it in The Wire, they were just like, I don't know what to say.
Do you guys think I should like stream this, or should I just end the stream here?
Imagine a soldier turned freedom fighter.
I think I'll play this in the background when I
has it
play a
in
game or
for
something.
Arasaka and leads an assault on their HQ and goes missing. And he's sort of a legend because of this. And that's kind of like the thing.
I think I'll end the stream here.
And there's nothing else.
Yeah, I'll be ending the stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they said that they'll release like music. Yamero! No! Judy Alvarez! Let's fucking go! The fuck, she looks dead actually. Alright, I'll definitely be busy after this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell if you have already subscribed, and if you have already done that, thank you very much. The fuck, get away GeForce. Uh-oh. About to death, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I stream. I turned off the screen because GeForce would like show up my real name, so that was close. So yeah, Bye bye. See you.